Well, Chris, the team many think Ocean Lakes is on a collision course to see in December, the Oscar Smith Tigers. They're in action against the Cox Falcons. They'll need to get past a pesky Cox team to get there come December, as the Tigers have won a couple of state championships under longtime coach Rich Morgan. Cox, fresh off its first ever playoff win in school history.
Yeah, Cox has a dynamic offense led by quarterback Cole Johnson and some playmaking wide receivers, but we'll see offensively Oscar Smith has some weapons of its own.
Early on, though, Sean Mitchell was intercepted by Cox defender Matt Demasi, and Demasi has a touchdown on his mind right here as he'll run back the other way, thinking he'll score. Eventually, the Oscar Smith Tigers will bring him down just inside the 25-yard line, but just the defensive spark Coach Bill Sachelski's squad wanted.
And that will lead to this as Cole Johnson will hand off to Colin Sherman, and Sherman finds ample running room up the middle for the touchdown. From 22 yards out, the touchdown gives the Falcons the early advantage.
Give it to the Shermanator. He'll get it done. And now the extra point by Joe Stewart for Cox has them in the lead, surprisingly 7-0 in the first quarter in Chesapeake. But it wouldn't take long for Oscar Smith to answer behind Virginia Tech commit Deshaun McLeese.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. If the question is how you're going to score against this Cox defense, it's McLeese going down the sideline, and he finds the end zone for the touchdown. And Oscar Smith, the Tiger, has been woken. They score to tie the game up at 7.
Didn't even take a minute now. Cole Johnson getting the snap here, and that defense is suffocating with Antoine Hunt, Keshawn Cuffey, a couple of all-conference selections, and you see why they're flexing their muscles as the Oscar Smith defense is starting to get ignited.
And Johnson was going to try to run the option play with Sherman, but again, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide against this Tigers defense. And back on offense, quarterback Sean Mitchell rolling to his left. A excellent catch made at the 2-yard line by diving receiver, as that was Sean Daniel with the catch, and the 2-yard touchdown run for McLeese as the Tigers take the lead.
Cox looking to respond here as the quick screen by Johnson to Bradley Jones gets very little as Tavante Beckett, the conference defensive player of the year in the Monitor Merrimack, stuffs him, and then TJ Green coming up real quick from the edge to stop that Cox running game, getting no room to operate.
Yeah, Kalen LeBourne has had a great season, but no running room on that play. And now back on offense come the Tigers as Mitchell will look downfield, and his pass is going to be knocked away, but we're going to see pass interference as Elliott unable to make a play, and that will lead to this as Mitchell fakes the quick screen, and he is under duress, and the sack is made by the Falcons, so they're not giving up just yet. And a strong defensive play made by Cox.
No quit there in Coach Stack's group. Mikel Franklin with the sack there, but Deshaun McLeese just too much on this evening as Oscar Smith was in an early deficit, or an early hole, but they're roaring now with a 20-7 lead in the second quarter as Coach Morgan's offense is starting to click.
Yeah, this is familiar territory for Morgan and the Tigers. There's no need to panic or worry about things as Mitchell, with a numerous number of fakes, going deep downfield, has his man in the end zone for the touchdown is Anthony Elliott. An excellent throw and catch by the Tigers.
Anthony Elliott with 11 touchdowns in the past 6 games, just from a receiving standpoint, as you see another play made by the defense. And this one is Oscar Smith really getting so many contributions here without Josh Sweat, the 5-star recruit who went down early in the season. And again, Cole Johnson under pressure, nothing going there.
Yeah, much like the Ocean Lakes Dolphins, the Oscar Smith defense, when they get you in a hole, they smell blood. They will come after you with everything, and Johnson just had nowhere to throw the football in the second quarter.
And you see now another deep pass. This time is going to be hauled in by Tigers receiver Sean Daniel, the offseason transfer from IMG Academy in Florida. So many weapons for Oscar Smith as we watch it yet again, Chris.
Yeah, we'll see if he got the feet down as Mitchell's throw. A beautiful arcing pass to the back of the end zone. And he does just barely get the left foot down before he goes out of bounds. And only needing 1 foot in high school, it's a touchdown for the Tigers, and they add to their lead.
And the Tigers looking for their 29th playoff win since 2004 under Coach Rich Morgan. Some programs don't even have that in their history as the Tigers roll 55-14. They'll move on to the next round as you see Deshaun McLeese 5 touchdowns on the ground, Sean Mitchell with 2 through the air. The Cox Falcons close out their fine season at 9-3 overall.